Welcome everyone to more open source community building here, a necessity for all successful projects. And case in point, with our increasingly popular Linux distribution, stuff needs to be done right. We can also do it together live, and I hope people learn something. So we have various patches as it is, right? You do it yourself and you do it for the rest of your life, or you teach others to do it and you get patches every day. And we also should apply them to keep our community happy, right? Nothing like building a successful community and then not applying the patches. Also, I'd probably no-tech checked that already. Tiny has also notify interesting change. GDK pixel interesting. But more interesting stuff, including some new dependency for PlayStation emulator, but also Qt6, right? Yesterday we updated that. And of course it doesn't just build. Actually, probably during the other live stream already, we got complaints that that does not, error x86. Okay, just as reported, you update stuff and then error x86 strings support missing. Check your compiler settings. So I speculated, and it was already confirmed, that that is our wrapper. We wrap the compiler to automatically control the optimizations. Other distributions, just like Gentoo or so, at least decades ago, they just set CFlags and hoped most packages would use them. We have never done so. We always knew most makefiles don't care about CFlags, so why bother? So we simply wrap the compiler. We can fix, auto hotfix everything we want anyway. And for example, per file CFlags right here. If hot file, then fast. And all the other good stuff. So what's happening here is that we automatically remove all the other stuff, right? So we have here remove everything, march, whatever, because we want packages. We do not want packages to leak any random stuff that some random dude thought his machine has. So what's happening is we remove this, we inject march no corner, or for you senver 4, actually whatnot. That's just our generic base ISO, right? So still not impressed by terminal handling. Anyway, so what we need to do, and it was confirmed already in our Discord that, yeah, bypassing that fixes it, but that is of course not how we do this. But thanks for the proof of concept, the prototype, highly appreciated. So we have some other packages that do their things, maybe even here, let's see. Arch we somewhere have, probably where would that, yeah, probably we simply change grep for march stuff. We probably find that somewhere. Yeah, for example, so that probably should be enough. So this remove regex. I really hate this terminal handling, so I need to figure out what's going on here sometime soon. So what we will do here is, so in general, a package should not do this, right? If you're asking next, why do we not in general remove that? We don't. We want precisely that, right? So my hope is what a serious packager would need to verify now. All right, don't tell me this probably breaks. Nah. So command editing. So what a high-profile packager, serious, dependable, and whatnot, should actually verify what Qt supplies are, right? My hope is, my gut feeling and hope is that hopefully they only do that for the files. So I hope they do their own, or I have previously seen they do their own CPU capabilities multiplexing of if that, then that code path and stuff, right? Which is why we do this here once, only for, by the way, do all, probably not all packages source it, hopefully, right? Not that all packages source it here. Maybe we should check that. Okay, fine. We put it in here and see what happens. So preconf, yes, also some. So probably this paste will not work because Terminals are also not what the ones were. This is so sad. Do we have Emacs from yesterday? You know what, you know. People, you don't use in full-featured IDE! Okay, I use Emacs now. You got me. Let's hope this bloody... where is now my march? Did I not crypt it there or there? There. NSS, right? Let's hope Emacs will... But we even... Okay, there we also remove the insert. Okay, I don't think... I mean, yeah, let's... We need to find out, right? Qt6 space. We need to find out what happens. Soon I will make a live stream only using modern things, right? But this is so freaking slow. Also, clicking through 10,000 files in a file editor is even slow. Okay, so it is somehow some de-icing. So let's see what happens. We remove that and build it again. So while, so no, I don't do anything of those. So then new packages. Maybe I should do this locally. Then this copy and paste pattern. Okay, you know what? Wolves, whatever. Okay, so it starts to build. That's a good sign. So very theoretically, we should investigate that this package is doing what I speculate it does. Hopefully, only adding march for the files it needs. So it should still be our T2 base optimization, except when they additionally override this. I mean, we will soon find out sooner than later. Basically, I have 666 other things to do, like basically YOLO. It's only Qt. So someone will probably bug me sooner or later if this doesn't work. So then do that locally. I will also soon package, I mean, we have Ghidra, we have Kate, and probably some kdevelop. And probably I will package some other prominent IDEs beside Vim and Emacs, just to troll people. So coming soon, old school Unix wizard tries to edit its Linux distribution code with using Visual Studio Code thing, because apparently real programmers use an IDE. So coming up next, patch, let's try P1. I got because it's another user, in case you're wondering. So that is wolf sources L. Oops. Let's try that. Highly appreciate that. I prepackaged the RPCS3. Didn't even get it fully to compile, I believe. Or maybe I compiled it 2 years ago or whatnot. Oh, this is also not newly added package. Maybe I should make some glue code of that package exists and rerun old config or so. Just checking that this does the right thing. Maybe I should actually check the metadata. So yeah, a little bit slower, right? I mean, obviously, I would have other workstations. It's just a Steam Deck, so much to building on a Steam Deck. Basically both. Let's review that shortly. That probably looks quite fine. So new packages, not that. So new packages I mean, theoretically, I mean, yeah, I mean, if we are on a set, what I usually do is I usually do the last year because YOLO, just because it will anyway be updated, but our copyright patch stuff also can I believe, cope with it. So small fast portable for the clouds is theoretically. I mean, most things are portable. I only delete this because it's a little bit overly long. This should be theoretically 80 characters, right? So yeah, otherwise it's and it shouldn't be it's basically title case of newspaper headline. Otherwise it's fine. So somehow authored twice. Why is here project and authors? Not really sure why this is twice here. So usually we don't include stable, and I mean this version I'm a little bit. I personally prefer version numbers without that, because what can happen is, like in general, it's not the nicest thing to parse version numbers that are not numbers. We can do it like that though. We should. I need to check also what. But yeah, I mean, in general, it could be there starting with V. Probably we have other packages, just personally don't find it's the very best style. Maybe we probably could even overwrite the file name, but I don't touch it now. It could break, but usually GitHub can do that, of auto-generating the content anyway for any release name and tag there, but sometimes it doesn't. So I guess, so that build, yay, that build. Qt6 base fixed, also you don't see this right, fixed Qt6 base. And the reason I do this now, if you're wondering why do I do that, it was yesterday, of course, not the best style. I self-critical and stuff, right, because I YOLO'd that and quickly committed that at midnight live on Twitch like real open source developers do. I should have tested that, right? Especially for a high-profile Linux distribution that the industry relies upon. We should not randomly break stuff overnight. Although even if other people tested it, can still break in configurations, right? But yeah, but that's the thing, right? Overworked open source developers, overworked, underloved, underpaid and stuff like ourselves. And then that's the result, right? Would have been different if we would have funding like the Linux Foundation, then we could guru meditate over each small update every day, and certainly we need to write an AI. But yeah, I should not have done that. I should have known better, but it was late. We had stuff to do, and it was, look, I should still not have done it, although Qt is for me not really a very important package like GCC or the Linux kernel, so it's just some not even the best UI toolkit, so yeah, but pro tip, don't sometimes do what I do at midnight. So fix Qt6 base to actually compile with x86 and string, how's it even spelled in strength? You get the idea, right? And removing an obsolete hotfix touch. Fix Qt6 to actually, oh wait, did I even, back in a second. Company people actually call. Welcome back. Welcome everyone. We had comments kinda pissed today. Some guy at GitHub basically stole my work on Gentoo for P3, created stage 4 using it and copied some files and signed it as his. Yeah, welcome to my life. That is 420. That's also why I don't upstream. Over the decades, I learned very quickly, 1998, 2000, I learned very quickly people are not appreciative, and like even today, right? Just so that is also why I'm not in the biggest hurry to upstream stuff, right? Upstream mostly breaks stuff. Like every quarter they break. You have seen it, right? Once hypervisor calls are broken, doesn't boot at all. Storage was even broken, and so on and so forth, right? And if people want to cherry pick it, they can cherry pick it from me. Like basically, as I always say, I dedicated half of my life to unpaid open source slave labor, and then people tell me, but you don't upstream enough. It's like, do cherry pick. When I upstream something, it's anyway not applied, right? GCC, G5, cell fix is waiting in the GCC Baxilla for 2 years. What the 3 and 486 stuff defines I contributed to Rust, they deleted 2 years later, just the other week, right? Why do I upstream if either it's not applied or deleted, or it's like so? Yeah, got a phone call. So fix Qt6 base to actually compile and remove an absolute hotfix patch. Let's hope I didn't. So commit. What's also absolutely crazy, mental, is the amount of backslash kind of like. I mean, mostly YouTube is positive and amazing and stuff. Just that some people who don't know what I'm otherwise doing are, of course, funny and think I'm a moron, which is kind of funny. Mostly on the other channel. Let me just check here. Just like from, I would not be like, I criticize other people, but I'm not using a real IDE. It's like, hey, we just broke 19,000 subscribers on the More Life channel. Yay! Can you believe that? Do I leak any sensitive data? Watch a successful YouTuber also grow your life. Oh, shit, I did this wrong now. 19,000 subscribers, yay! But and thank you all for sharing, liking, and subscribing. That is absolutely amazing. But these comments are, of course, like I'm complaining at other, like I'm complaining at Intel's code. Why do I not go and fix it? Like, dude, I'm literally fixing. Probably I should make from my commits derive an average. I probably reliably spend 4 hours a day fixing open source stuff, and now I make. Because I see YouTubers are more successful than open source programmers who do not get a single cent. No, I start to make an open source living with YouTube, and people tell me, your 25 commitment to open source, probably one of the most outstanding long-term commitments daily and whatnot. And I should not criticize Intel's shady code on YouTube. I should go fix the shits like they do. Or I'm not a real programmer because I'm not using a real editor, because only IDE programming is real programming. So absolutely mental. So that build, that is amazing. Let's commit this. Wolf SSL. Also, it's also crazy. Previously you needed 1 compiler, now you need 3 or 4, and previously you need 1 SSL implementation, now you need probably also 4, because OpenSSL, not some want, of course, LibreSSL. Then what are the others? GNU TLS, MTLS, now Wolf SSL, and also Botan, right? Or certainly there probably even more, right? You can never have too many. I mean, we probably need to write our own SSL implementation also, like if we write a microkernel in our language, probably for security and maintainability and YouTube Hello World, we probably in long term need to write an SSL implementation as well. But yeah, so cross maybe, that's probably, I mean, very theoretically, maybe we don't need an exclamation mark there, but that is extremely cherry picking. It's all right. I need to give attribution. Sometimes I'm sorry if usually I give attribution. Sometimes I just forget it, right? Like copy and pasting stuff. Like very few % of the time actually did they even. They put me here. So that is also, by the way, okay, I need to change this. So I appreciate this patch, but I really don't like, hey, if you, so either what you do is the right thing to do there. I don't appreciate the most putting me there when I'm not doing this. So either you put your name there, you do you, or if you don't want to put your name there, or at least Nick or whatnot, you put here just T2 project. I don't know, we have here like the T2 project or whatever. Like if you don't want your name or whatnot associated with it, just put this here. Like everything is better than my name because I maintain already half of it and I don't need it to look like I maintain everything, right? But all right, we wanted to, if we are at this already, then no need to show it there. But basically you can also put your nick there. I don't mind really. Still better than nothing for attribution. Also for my reference, right? Otherwise it looked like I have done it. And if I look into this in 5 years, then I might even wonder what the heck have I done there, or who to ask, right? Hopefully the people are still around and we have an even more thriving and growing community. And like if it's more complex stuff, it's always good to know, like, hey, what, like if I'm not rushing through the stuff live on YouTube and like on a mailing list, like, hey, this stuff is breaking now, do you remember what you've done there? Or can you help me fix that or whatnot? So that was that. We also have probably, what others, we processed that already. I think I did this the other live stream. We had some more fixes somewhere. That was a build error. Somewhere. What was it? FFmpeg, right? We had here somewhere FFmpeg. That. Here. Here's it. At least that, probably. You know what? Let's also do this locally. So usually, people, you're using old-fashioned terminal stuff. So normally I would just copy and paste this there and be done, right? But now I'm doing it the UI way, and I click here on wherever it is. All right, I need to scroll because it's probably not the right button. I think it's there. So that is the efficiency of UI stuff, right? No, we downloaded it. Amazing. So very theoretically, if you want to do the IDE stuff of being more efficient or whatnot, now I don't even have I never used a patch program. Maybe there is like TCL/TK diff, there's certainly K3 diff or whatnot, but it's like, yeah, where is even the patch? Is there a patch applying UI program? Is there? Oops. Still, so what was it? FFmpeg patch. And let's probably use that to review that. So that is also, among other things, fixing. Is this much? Okay, that's not much new. Is it? Okay, that's halfway. Okay, it's a little bit better, except so half-pass probably. I probably previously manually removed Valgrind. It is likely that this thing even does something with Valgrind. Some packages do that. I don't really like that at all. So I remove that. Actually, we could even, so in the long term, we have dependency del. So we have angle brackets e dependency, right? Del Valgrind. But I would rather review the code someday. We can even see if it builds on the Steam Deck. No, okay, I don't need that today. This new optional dep stuff is really neat. Okay, that's only if I'm back in 10 minutes. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, if I would use a more high-end workstation, one reason, of course, is why I'm not going to build this here for 10 minutes. This is too slow. But yeah, it's of course 15 or so watt AMD custom APU versus 1750X. That is not a competition. All right, I did here some stuff. What is here? Vulkan. This is okay. They moved this disabled. Okay, it's actually quite some things. Okay, maybe, you know what, I will probably delete this Vulkan stuff just as a reminder for me to fix it. So here's enable version 3. Probably we won't even package. I probably touched this a little up. Well, as I see this already, we probably can do here package installed OpenSSL. Not the super very best style to do that in the between of everything. Maybe we do even where we sort this here slightly, we even sort this slightly here. I should not really mix it, but as this is touching so much anyway, like if we become even bigger soon, I should stop doing that. But as we are still medium-sized project, tiny little bit touch up while I merge that. So I just moved this up because like some temp file category should be first for whatever reason. Probably the crazy temp files, I don't know. Probably there for a reason. So that was, yeah, because this was touched, then let's do package installed OpenSSL as we already added. This version, probably with the version 3, they probably moved up, right? I believe it. I think I saw that somewhere. Did I not? Yeah, here somewhere in the middle of, why is enable version 3 here in the middle of, I don't even know. Okay, we could SVN blame that, but we could also, doesn't matter. But yeah, maintaining an open source project, even if you receive patches, a little bit of work. Without YouTube talk, it would be maybe twice as fast explaining some things, but yeah, that is what open source projects are made of. Daily maintenance, code. Yeah, it's probably, should we edit some config quirks? Something of that sort. Probably for your T2 necessity for gracious, successful open source living. Was this all? We had FFmpeg, was there? Yeah, I should do this faster, right? So, I mean, obviously the point of this video is also motivate people, right? The more you people, you motivate your community, including if you're new to our things, even bounties, right? The only distribution who pays their users and contributors actually. Leave in the comments below. Usually you only get something for security, which I find stupid, right? Security bounties, like only pay for broken stuff. That is, I'm not doing security bounties because all the code is anyway full of security vulnerabilities. I'm not Elon Musk to piss and burn my money away. But feature things, I find this much more fair because otherwise people only focus on broken stuff. Like, it's not incentivizing working on like adding new things. Security, of course, important, but I mean, yeah, yeah. So what is that here even? Can we delete it? So anyway, yeah, there are bounties. I'm keeping the community. And when people already send patches, I should process them faster. Just the last days, so I was kind of busy also, like burning away my open source tomorrow with keeping all the other stuff burning. Keeping this stuff burning, yeah. Keeping other stuff working. Was it all? We had FFmpeg. We had, what else did we had? Was this all, or was there one more thing? Okay, if there was one more thing, let me know. Alright, so there is only bug reports that somehow maybe libsdl does not work as its fullest. Need to check that another day. So yeah, that's probably it for this video. I should apply these patches sooner. I only hope that other developers that have write access to the T2 source tree would pick this up. I was like focusing on my stuff, other people play some patches, but that's fine too. I understand everyone is busy. Do we have even other stuff here, by the way? What did I do here even? Alright, did I not commit this yet? Interesting. finding here random stuff accidentally on. You know what I have here fixed to always install. Why is this? Maybe this didn't fully work. Not really sure what I've done there. Pro tip, always commit early and often. Otherwise you might not even know what you've done there. Okay, I have this in two places now. That is somehow strange. Maybe because it was It's actually a good question. So the thing is, we optimized Linux firmware because the Linux firmware is so freaking huge, and I realized a year ago live on YouTube that our firmware, the Linux firmware package was probably the largest package, and installing like 100 megabytes in size and installing 700 or whatnot of 800 megabyte. And I decided it makes no sense to install all the firmware on where half of them is not even used. That's why we scan that. Now I'm just a little bit wondering if, okay, rebuild probably all. I'm not really sure why I have that in there. I think it shouldn't be in there because otherwise it's installing all anyway, I believe. So I guess I probably committed this the right way. Not really sure why I had here. So yeah. Okay, so then that's it for this community building live stream. Let's take a quick look at the comments. So it's basically the workflow, right? That is also what Linus Torvalds does all day long, although he probably uses also not an IDE. Spoiler alert, the last time I heard Linus Torvalds is using not Vim, not Emacs, not Xemacs, not a fancy IDE, but micro Emacs, because that is some Emacs variant he had access to in his university days in the 90s, and never change a running system, right? It's like, yeah, Linus Torvalds using even lesser editors than I do, go figure, and not sure what his workflow is with patches and stuff. Maybe I should actually Google what email client he's using. But would not surprise me if it looks similar, right? Like, I would be surprised if he uses something more UI. He probably is copy and pasting pull requests and basically like I work here most likely, except more Git and less SVN actually. Which yeah. The crazy thing is I don't even like this work the most. I mean, maybe it's fun when you're young and naive, but 25 years later it gets a little bit old and you want to do some new things like microkernel or whatnot, right? I actually like, I enjoy writing code much more. Ironically, like this YouTube commenters, why don't you write more code? It's like, yeah, because I fix everyone else's code the freaking whole day, right? That is why. But yeah, I also like to write my clean code and not other people's broken stuff. So there's that. The crazy thing is, if you have a small little YouTube channel with just some 19,000 subscribers and now 25,000 views a day, which recently peaked at 55,000 views a day, right? Absolutely crazy numbers now, which is still not even enough to pay the rent, which is crazy. Like, how much is it even? Is it 1 million views a month? Not enough to pay the rent, but more than nothing. So finally making some money with unpaid open source labor. But yeah, this is now each time I refresh YouTube, I have new subscribers and new comments, right? Like 30 minutes ago. Grisos particular usage of commands bad, but calling external utilities from C isn't bad. Yeah, if you parse, and that is like everyone of course has, I mean, the good thing is I appreciate these comments, even the hateful ones, because hate is what is driving the YouTube algorithm. So go, roast, flame, but don't personally insult and whatnot. But calling, I disagree here, the next answer. Because like that is simply bad style. If it's also unreliable, right? Why is it? It is super complex. Like they called their SED and GNU-org and whatnot to parse fields in this. This is of course a performance nightmare. Yes, it's not the most performance related tool, but that's the thing. If you're sometimes wondering, even LSPCI or LSUSB, like sometimes this stuff, it's even not. I mean, even this LSPs, I mean, even that takes surprisingly long, right? Because it's probably opening at 10,000, I mean, maybe not. But anyway, I mean, this is even a little bit slowish for a 32-thread, 6 gigahertz boosting Ryzen 750X. But, and that is the thing, right? I mean, the Thunderbolt tool is not the most performance rated, but it's in general, you don't do this in general, and then you also don't do this even if it's just a small tool, right? And if you, I mean, this LSSPI is already a little bit slowish, to be fair. I mean, this should just be instantaneous, but you don't write shitty code all over, right? Just like because you can, it doesn't mean you need to do it. And you do this for forking of some Pipewire session or some X server, but you don't do this to parse out fields on the CFS files. This is like, it's not like one order of magnitude slower. It's like multiple orders of magnitude slower. Then it doesn't. You don't have GNU-org installed. It doesn't work. It's hilarious, and you don't clutter as sudo. By the way, I should actually check if previously why do they comment all on this video? Because currently the YouTube algorithm picked it and runs with it, which I highly appreciate. But yeah, probably we need to write a microkernel for our peace of mind, higher, reliable, secure computing. And I wonder if I even patched that Thunder utils. I didn't. You know what? Let's quickly patch that because this triggers me too much. Thunderbolt utils. Oh, let's do it even. I meant something slightly different, but whatever. Actually, I meant no. That's exactly what I feared. Because I was just thinking, reading all those comments, I should at least patch the sudo away. I just checked the other day, they didn't have a new version. They didn't even commit something in 7 months and didn't release something in a long time. Probably my issue. I even filed an issue. So, I mean, I even felt, you know what? I even felt YouTube comments, can you not fix it for them? I mean, hey, hello, I fixed already all bullshit. I mean, I don't even have many Thunderbolt devices, only on the old Mac stuff, like probably even Thunderbolt 2 even or whatnot, this old stuff has. I even filed 3 freaking bug reports, right? It's like, I did not do nothing. I did my YouTube code therapy comedy show here, and then I filed that, you know, should not fallback parsing something's grep and freaking org, and should not run this stuff. I mean, I filed, hey, I did my, I did not, and maybe even another, as they are too closed. Did I file another? Oh no, this is not, okay, fine. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, Intel, amazing, but it was on Phoronix, yeah, amazing project. The worst code I've ever seen, not even maintained anymore, amazing achievement. So, and very few commits, right, only a handful, like they committed like 5 things since then or whatnot. So this was contributors like smallest, yeah, thank you very much. Where is the freaking tag? Here's some license stuff. Would the tag not be visible in here? Okay, let's see the tag when the tag was contributing. The tag was CE4 contributing and credits. CE4. This is CE4. Was it this one? Why are tags not visible in here? Are they kidding? Okay, anyway, garbage code. Let's give it one last thought, because I thought now with the popularity of the video and all the people criticizing around there, and I really hate this VI behavior. You know, VI is now so shitty with this terminal stuff that I soon, like 2024, and your virtual terminal is, VI is breaking your virtual terminal more stuff that you really want to use in IDE. Also, yeah, people actually had to comment to the IDEs. Make things beginner friendly, less scary, but argue everyone. Let's see what's going on there. If I find my mouse cursor. It's like, you use an IDE or you need to find your mouse cursor. But to argue everyone has to use them. Better laughable, especially when towards 0, 0. So yeah, also the thing is why I don't use an IDE there. I will make a dedicated video, but there are probably three main reasons. First of all, I 90% of the day work on other servers, right? And good luck IDEing over either the end of the office, which is still doable but sucks, still not snappy enough, and good luck data center to your customers and clients and virtualization and stuff. Yeah, what IDE do you use through secure connections around the world? Then of course I build most things not as normal user, but for packaging T2 builds as root with the permissions, right? Because sure, there would be other solutions, but basically the tar balls need to have the right permissions, and some things even set user ID, like old-fashioned Xorg server maybe, or other like sudo and do's and whatnot. So that is why I need to be a root. That's, even if I do something locally, it's usually another user. And third of all, most of the time, it's not even IDE, but actually figuring out in their build system what's going on. So it's reading logs and build systems and make files and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I would just be in text window in the editor anyway, right? So, but some Linux developments many maintainers have. It mentions there's really many commits, pull requests that weren't even tested poorly, like Linus Torvalds himself. Package missing Qt6 modules in Discord. Cool, thanks for that. Highly appreciate it. Happy to hear that. We can do also apply this live. So let's patch the bloody sudo away if we can quickly patch this away. Because it's, I mean, the code still stinks in, but I mean, at least it shouldn't sudo. Oh, this is maybe even only one. So the command as root. So I don't even agree. I mean, you don't even have freaking, I mean, even this sucks, right? I mentioned this video. I agree, it's not the worst thing. Like, some people don't even have bash installed. Like on a T2, bin-sh is dash for performance reasons, making configure some 11% faster, right? We benchmarked that 3 years ago live on YouTube. And some people love set shell and whatnot. It's like, you run, I mean, theoretically that probably hopefully works with sh also. Like, man, even your sudo is, I mean, I would even, so I will not change this not to exec, like fork exec-v, or, I mean, there's system, right? Can we simply, what do they even, no, I just switch command to root, switch, this doesn't even run that. Yeah, so I hope they freeze this because they malloc that. Yeah, size of character is also usually 1, right? You could also, I mean, like even this sucks, right? Like normally you could, I mean, I'm not a fan of manual C string management, but if you do this already in C, you know the size precisely, right? You could string lang that plus your shell, but you should not run it like this anyway. It's wherever you look. I mean, sure, they know what their commands is, but like just, and that is what security vulnerabilities and in general bugs are made of, right? Just some random size will probably be fine. It's like, no, some random size is usually not fine. Like, except these are garbage utilities, but wherever I look, I want to cry. But so basically, I mean, we could patch the whole thing away because we need to, what do they even do here? Command to return, command is root. The SN print. Why do they fucking SN print ziff in? Why do? This is even, each time I look into this, it becomes more stupid. Like, you completely, like when people, so they print this here in this stack allocated buffer with the same size of that, and that this they multiply the size of character with, which is usually 1 anyway, like 99%, like unless you work on IBM mainframe stuff or some NASA moonlander or whatnot. But and then they string and copy that again. Like, why not freaking print this into your allocated buffer to begin with? What am I missing here? But I unfairly roasted this poor little Intel programmers. Do bash, then they run do bash command. Do they also dealloc that, or do they free that? Do bash command. You know, you do shell command, right? Also, there is system for that, right? System library behaves as using fork and creates a child process that executes the shell command specified in command using Excel bin shell dash 8 command stuff. Direct recursion command will be blocked. Yada yada. No system turns. Anyway, C programming difficult for Intel employees. Quickly fix. Okay, I need to work on my typing. New keyboard didn't fix it magically. Okay, they wrap this with popen. And fair enough. Okay. Yeah, okay. But still doesn't need to go through bash. So the thing is, as we basically don't change it outright, we would need to kind of, okay, that's, of course the whole function now could go away, right? Because we, you know what, we could simply string copy that. Trim white space? They run this through trim? white space. Like you write so shitty codes that you need to run. Why do you throw your code through trim white space? So they trim white space at the end or what? Is space? But wait a second. This will not work. This will basically crash because if you freeze in your pointer, that you modify your pointer, and that's not, I mean, probably they don't have white space at the fucking beginning, but like you, if you trim white space and advance your bloody pointer, they return this, or they increment string. And they return that. So if you have white space at the beginning, you free not your allocated pointer, mister. I rest my case. This code is... I should test this. I mean, there is no reason why this should not work with SH instead of, yeah. This needs to be fixed, right? Like if Intel would be serious, I have no idea why they wrote this utilities for which customer or project, or if it was a summer of code project or some intern, like new employee test project. I don't know, he failed. I would not have fired him. I would probably, I mean, there are interview like questions, right? Like I would hope that I would find programmers. I mean, I'm 99.9% certain that probably within 5 minutes I would realize that I will not gonna hire this programmer, to be fair. And I would hope a serious company would find, like, what code interview, unless it was an unpaid intern, summer intern job or whatnot. I mean, you can't tell me that Intel has not code hiring procedures not to find such incompetent, uneducated programmers. I'm really sorry to say this. There is nothing to sugarcoat. It's broken. Every code line I look at is basically some bug. But leave in the comments below. Did you see all the bugs too? What do we have here? A result of poor instruction being made and memory management. Memory management culture. I fear it's becoming more rare. This project doesn't sense, but just takes the interface and rewrite it. Yeah. Why does this not apply? Maybe we source steer that. That sucks a bit. Because the source steer layout is also cursed. I'm not sure if we can trick so we apply this with P1. I have no idea if patch has some security measures to filter out relative passes. If not, this could work. So 1 dot for P1 and then, but I don't have the highest hopes. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know what. No, this doesn't work. Yeah, why did I not patch this? Because even patching. Okay, then to make patching work in this high directory, let's change that to hook. What was the deer? Lib hook at pre-conf, or do we have post-patch? Maybe we have post-patch, I don't know. So then let's manually cd in there, like patch the shit and then cd in there, because of course they have their lib stuff in the top level, they have in lib their tools, and of course no top level makefile, because it's a professional Intel code project. I said that the other video, you probably want to go watch that. You know what, let's copy this for the, obviously this needs more shares to further motivate the, by the way, if you want to see how it looks if, so you make a video, long time, nothing much happens, and then the YouTube algorithm finds it, right? Hey, we earned already 15 euro and 82 cents, we're getting rich with this video. But that is more than Intel would have paid me to fix this, right? So there is that. In case if you're wondering how much open source YouTubers make with their funny roasting Intel developer videos. So, yay, now this is not as cursed running sudo anymore. I mean, I should test this. What is this installing? What? LS Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt can't be found. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, maybe capitalized Thunderbolt interface could not be found. Yeah. You know what? I'm curious. Let's be fancy. Let's turn on an Mac Mini. No, I want to know if it even works. No, I want to know if it even works. Because, yeah, not the most Thunderbolt stuff here. So, fixed Intel's cursed Thunderbolt utils to at least not run everything through sudo. And then still so used to the, so the Mac Mini should come up at 192.168.199. Yeah, that's probably fine. That is a Mac Mini. All the T2 install, okay, doesn't matter. User source. Let's get the latest T2 sources, which might be quite some. Okay, whatever. Alt install, don't care. Let's test if this should even work. So this is not the latest, so maybe I should also update the kernel. It's basically just some abundant test system, as you might have guessed from previous times. Obviously nothing Thunderbolt connected there right now. Although I could. But I wonder if it shows, I mean, testing Thunderbolt, not having Thunderbolt connected, but at least that's the only thing with the Thunderbolt port here, except my Mac Mini. I slightly wonder, has the very old MacBook Air also? You also want to see that, right? I don't have Tmux. Such an old T2 installation where Tmux didn't came standard. So the kernel is not totally up to date, as you see. Like you do with test systems that you only start every now and then. Like for legally running macOS virtualized in QEMU-KVM, the fun projects you have to actually get paid for. Thunderbolt utils. Let's see what like here. We could update quite some stuff. We probably could use this time to check our Discord for patches. Qt6 modules. Amazing. I wonder if can we curl this? we download link. Can we cursor to the VM? Or maybe it did really work. Oh, it did really work. Amazing. Without authentication and stuff. Good thing. So, okay, let's maybe scroll through that here. And so that works. So ls tb t Thunderbolt can't be found. Nah, why not? I mean, I could unpack just. I mean, you have seen it previously running. Why would this not have Thunderbolt? Is this too old? What does it even do? I mean, should this not list some host controller, like top level topology thing? What does it do? By the way, I really wish S-Trace had stars here, but it doesn't. Read break clone art clone. There is probably exactly eats there something, right? And probably exactly eats something, right? Like proper tools should not do. Yeah, it word counted something. Like obviously. I slightly wonder what it word called. Oh man. Grabs domain, word counts and ls, and this does Thunderbolt. Okay, don't have that there indeed. Some Thunderbolt module here though. Whatever. But wait, it did some. Is this new or what is the current time? Also some nice resetting error. What was it? Was it bus? Okay, maybe if you don't have anything connected there, then you don't have something there. Okay, can't sleep again. Good, fine, then whatever. Need to invest. Shall I subscribe Patreon that I can afford more Thunderbolt stuff? Really wish to have. I mean, maybe I have 3 Thunderbolt capable Macs. I guess a Mac Mini, but I have only 3 if my blowing up MacBook Air is. This is also inflating. I have already a replacement battery. The battery is also dead after it exploded. It has this funny Thunderbolt there on the mini display port, right? So it's probably Thunderbolt 2 or maybe even 1, whatever it was back in the day. So yeah, then I have 3. It's MacBook Air, the Retina MacBook Pro, also 7-8 years old, and the Mac Mini. All old mini display port connected. So yeah, probably need some freaking modern USB 4 Thunderbolt stuff for testing, right? Because obviously that needs to be tested. So Qt graphs. Hey, don't put always me as maintainer in there. Can you not put yourself? We need more maintainers. There's no quick 3D physics. Nearly scrolling by, it looked like Coffee Maker. It's like I was scrolling like Coffee Maker. What? Quick Coffee Maker here. Qt6 now is Coffee Maker. Patch P1 Qt6 missing packages. Oh, this is also P1 or so. Somehow I make more typos with this keyboard. Who would have thought? Slim minimal keyboard. What did I do there? Ah. Let's see, is it only that? Not that we accidentally, but probably all the other, yes, that is graphs, all the other stuff yesterday should have been reverted. That's probably fine. We could maybe test download them. That would be a good idea. So that's of course additional validation like high profile maintainers do. Like you could just commit this, but you could also be fancy and not grep. Cut the field 3, all right, unique, and then download this stuff to make sure that it downloads and the checksum is identical. I mean, otherwise someone else will find out, but that's certainly not so good way to do that. So, looks amazing. So then let's commit this. And that is how you build a successful YouTube audio, YouTube. Not only, yeah, this is how you build a successful YouTube channel. And, all right, copy and paste in this day and age. Oh, man. That was, I need to type that because VI is currently broken on the serial console. So, amazing. Thank you very much for that. That keeps our packages up to date and our Linux distribution alive. Thanks for all the contribution. Highly appreciate it in the future. I will try to do it even faster, not like 3 days later, like the FFmpeg thing. So coming up next, of course, eventually we need to write a microkernel where vintage graphic cards work. And Thunderbolt lists without word count, org, bash, sudo, and sed also, or grep. But also we have some more IDEs to package, right? We are on a mission to make T2 Linux one of the top 10 Linux distributions in hopefully sooner than later time, aka no time. And so for that we probably some other day, sometime soon, can package some IDEs, necessities for successful professional programming, according to our YouTube comments. And we also still need to get Ardour, the sound workstation thing to build. We updated this yesterday. We have the package, it just does not fully build. So for that, design workstation, Ardour, here, that one. So for that we need to package some crazy dependencies. Like buff whatnot, that it's also strangely cursed. We have this package, but it somehow doesn't build in a way that would be full-featured and whatnot. So like anyway, so yeah, more dependencies, right? We will also this year make KDE and GNOME work fully. 4 years ago, on the beginning of this YouTube channel, we did 6 and 7 hour marathon sprints of updating and packaging all this new stuff. I'm sure in the meantime there are probably a couple of more new packages, certainly a couple of missing dependencies. So this year we also obviously necessity for a gracious, successful open source desktop Linux living, will make sure that KDE and GNOME actually fully work and not like only partially, which ironically, some years ago, I was actually test using Kate here live after updating all of KDE. It's not like I could not use a full-blown IDE like Kate. Just joking here, obviously, right? We can actually quickly, one last thing, but then I really go to lunch and continue my successful business. Can quickly check if there is some kdevelop update for real IDE. But the thing is, of course, usually they slow me down, right? They are big and cumbersome, and like all I need is an editor, and all you get is dependencies, and it's like install with snap stuff and whatnot. But here's the source code. Most likely there's something newer, right? Let's see. Is this the latest version or what? 23083. Sounds like what we had on. Ah, yes, copy and paste. So 23085. Slightly newer, huh? Why is my keyboard blinking? Did I probably hit this? This is why I hate lighted keyboards. Now I wonder why it's flickering so strangely. This is stupid. Okay. 23085 or so. 23085. Yeah, this is also why data cannot track those, right? I really hate that the KDE people do this. They auto-translate URLs to Attic and have old URLs not downloading anymore. I mean, usually they translate this to Attic, which like for what bloody reason? Like why? I don't even get this, right? It's absolutely hilarious. Wait, this also somehow looks oldish. This is somehow... what? Ah, this is even not a download. Ah, we did. Why is this? Do we have more? Do we have more failing downloads? I thought I checked that another K 0 of actually there are a handful, not too many, but some. But of course mostly not the most important. Also the pre looks. So yeah, apparently bit rotten stuff and whatnot. Even VNC for some, but whatever. Okay, good to know. Someone could go through here and find some abandoned download things. So where is then the... Alright, I was already there. So yeah, 2023, they don't have a tarball or what? This source code is only available through the GitLab instance. Check the build page. KDE source build, developers dependencies, run kdevelop. In this time I could have already got work done, right? Trying to even build an IDE. So okay, fine, apparently that's GitLab only then. There was even each time the navigation is somehow strange. Where are the releases? Was it not previously file? Or are the downloads? Or is this here? All right. This is of course a pop-up shit. I agree, I should use an editor so where copy and paste just works. And oops. Don't have the highest hopes that if I don't know. Also somehow. How did I manage? Oh, right, because VI copy and paste sucks. I use native Vim copy and paste. It's like, don't get me started. Why do I even use this editor at all? I also don't know. So yeah, that builds the world. We could let it do with it. So yeah, that is the download file. I guess we leave it with this V there. It's their download thing, so. All right, and also untested, right? Yep, so great things are coming. Leave in the comments below what you want to see first, an IDE or a microkernel. Certainly some reverse engineering. I need to get some things working that I have lying around here. What comments do we have? Distro. I'm just marketing speaking here like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Building our own success with positive visions. Top 10 distro watch would be enough for me for this year. And other Forbes research can come later. Oh, so many comments. You know what, let's emerge the stuff here while I read comments. And we have here a win-win of testing stuff. So probably some random stuff will fail, as usual, when we test the latest and greatest. So many comments. And the chat scrolling sucks a bit. So where have I stopped previously? Memory management culture. Look at that exponential chart, it's going. Yeah, when the algorithm, this was the YouTube stuff. When that is the natural YouTube subscriber views versus the algorithm picked you to show it in everyone's face. Iron Kaisel says I can soon retire on the Bahamas. Yeah, probably when I'm 60 or so. For that, I need billions views like Casey Neistat. And even he did not fully retire yet. This project is pretty dead from the get-go. Yeah, this Intel Thunderbolt tools. Yeah, I mean, it's of course nice that Intel did it. They of course did not in the right code quality. It needs, obviously, I mean, it maybe doesn't even need a complete rewrite. Like if you sort the files, you remove the bashism, you add functions to natively read like sysfs properties without like extracting fields from sysfs without org, word count and whatnot. Jay is inspired by this content, starting code therapy, reverse engineering. I'm inspired by this content to start doing code therapy by reverse engineering. What do you mean by that? What's stopping any of you from doing God's work? You can bring anything back from the death. I don't think you can bring much things back from the death. Basically all high priority stuff to do, even though recently current projects got the maintenance. Going to fix this in patches, rewrite it, don't have maintain something new and different. Which maintain? I'm not maintaining this. I've been done I'm not even using Thunderbolt much. I'm not maintaining other people's Intel. I've been done. So like yeah, some stuff does not build. Nah. We probably should test it if it's also latest Qt with KDE. No idea. Maybe we should first see if Kate successfully emerges and maybe missing. By the way, this Attica, is it totally up and done, or? CMake, I didn't have CMake, that certainly fails quite. Why did I not previously have CMake? Maybe a control C that. Never let emerge run unsupervised with on the test VM where you don't know what you did last night. Jay knows someone works on the core team of Wolf SSL. Getting kinda right. Mailed RMS on the 6th and he has not replied yet. What did you mail him? Okay, people getting funny in the comments. Asking her thoughts on the move of Wayland and the deprecation of Xorg. By the way, about KVM, virtualize macOS on 32 Epic Naples CPUs. Happy to hear that. Then you're using patches I maintained, right? My good friend Alexander von Graf here from Berlin reverse engineered that 15 years ago, right? And I helped a little bit maintaining this stuff and kept forward, as usual, right? People do stuff and then don't maintain it. So actually I kept forward porting some of the patches for years. So some of this I touched in QEMU. You're welcome. PowerPC friend of mine actually submitted kernel patches to Debian and Arch port to allow recent kernels booting. What patch do you mean, also recent kernels boot? What that it didn't boot for me was just that I didn't load the OF frame buffer. What patch was necessary? Link please. List it, adding a pointer to then freed output from string, nice. List at, adding a pointer to, and then, probably misspelled there, but you telling me this code has even more bugs than I saw in the few minutes I looked into that. Later the party might have been mentioned, but prompt is sometimes outside of the screen too low. Usually not here, or is it too low outside? Should yeah, only some pixel, or I mean I can move this slightly. Only if I log in without screen, because it's 16 by 10. I usually this should not happen much, but I mean maybe I should also actually scale that two more. No, it's for another day. Wait, why is this not moving? It's probably better for you. What is here going on with Qt5? Undefined reference to main. You update Qt 1 year later and stuff breaks. What a surprise. Distro watch. Apps and updates basically just password compatible hardware. We get paying for the sake of crap. We're paying for this sake? Which sake of crap? A Mac? To be honest, just run a good GNOME desktop with Flatpak, and all the packages need also often decent support for the hardware. So, are we finally through? No, the comments jump crazy. Yeah, I really wonder why the big mega corporations do not get, like, why is this chat when you scroll back and it's paused and then you scroll back, like, why does this not more, like, why does it not scroll smoothly down the new comments instead of jumping to the back then, and then you have all the scroll back again? Okay, people have the discussion about Macintosh. Jay says never have the same touchpad experience. Actually, I don't find the Mac ones so particularly best, to be honest. They were the best 15 years ago, but since then it's, yeah, whatever. Which, by the way, I mostly use the stationary Mac anyway, or at least with the display, and I don't have the touchpad experience anyway. But I mean, there is more for successful IT or business life, right? Having a superior touchpad experience is not among them, right? Having a superior IDE or operating system and getting your stuff done, and not having a super slow file access and otherwise lacking remote capabilities and so on. Comment there to me think that nowadays Linux needs more stricter policies about code testing. They must make sure that commits across all supported hardware. I mean, that is difficult, right? I understand it is made out of 100,000 developers, but it should they should stop changing stuff just to change stuff, to cleanups. I understand you cannot always test everything, but they just constantly change things just to change things, and this breaks things. It's not even about hardware, it's even the normal. Why does this not? Do I even have, am I still online, or is normal? Why is this? Hello? Not really sure what happened there with my... Okay, probably time to end the live stream. That didn't happen. Maybe I should overclock less, because recently installed a new BIOS. Necessity for failing AMD DDR5 training. But yeah, it's simply not breaking stuff. I mean, certainly stuff should be reviewed. But the thing is, Linux is distributed, right? You cannot forbid Intel releasing totally garbage Thunderbolt utilities, right? I would agree, like, if there's a new project, that should have some certain quality, but because it's distributed and not some authority, like Intel and AMD and NVIDIA can just release random bullshit and call it Linux utils. And so, yeah, that is certainly... But yeah, that's the nature. That is why I also shout this out, right? If I would, for 20 years... in total 25, but for 20 years before the YouTube career here, I just fixed stuff, right? And people didn't believe me. People always like, no, I make this stuff up. No, I make this. And when I heard for years, I heard, no, it's not that bad. I make this stuff up, that can't be. Then eventually I said 5 years ago, you know what? Now we live stream this stuff on YouTube because that is the reality, right? And that is how we end up here. So yeah, that is for this video. People like Twitch chat more. We have Twitch soon, right? It's true, actually you can automate testing. Yeah, I mean, I mean, besides the Linux kernel does maybe not have the most testing. Testing in QEMU is then not real hardware, right? It's like one kind of emulated thing, you don't necessarily find all bugs, right? Especially like PowerPC and whatnot and so on. So yeah, as some like Twitch more, don't forget to share, subscribe there too. I hope you enjoyed this. I need to somehow reset my RAM, probably dial the memory clock down a little bit. I might have, as usual in the news, newer Geza, so much better memory clock, and each time it is the same, right? You stress your sub timings a little bit more and then it might be unstable. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, learned something. Don't forget to share, subscribe, go do some nice things, fix some code, bugs, patches, and have a good day or night.